Hello. Hey, everyone. It's Annika. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. If you're here, let's chat. Let me know if you're here. I think I press this button. That's how I do it. Yeah. Let me know if you are here. And yeah, we'll get started here shortly. Hey, Byron. Good to see you. I know my mom is here. She texted me. She's like, I'm ready to stream. If you guys don't have weights, no biggie. You can use like peanut butter jars. You could use literally air. You could just go without weights the entire time. Whatever you have at your disposal that can kind of offer a little bit of resistance is totally fine. I'm lucky I'm here at West Glen at the studio and I have some weights, but I have used water bottles as well. So, hey, Betty, happy Friday. Oh yeah, it's Friday. I all day, I really thought it was Thursday. So hello. Hey, welcome, welcome. So excited you guys are here. We will get started just a little bit after noon. Give people some time to get ready and get set up. If you guys want the playlist, it is linked in the description. It's also if you search Power Life Yoga on Spotify. It is, I believe it's called Power Sculpt Express with Annika P 424. So you can find it that way too, or you could just totally ignore this tidbit and you can use whatever playlist you want. I know my mom also sometimes goes sans music because she's strong. She doesn't need it. Hello. Hi. Welcome. So excited. Yeah, let me know as you guys come in. And if you guys, hey, Dow. Oh, miss you, bud. And if you guys are just tuning in, remember you can use anything for weights. You could use water bottles, wine bottles, peanut butter jars. If you have weights, even better. Oh, hi, Matt. my boyfriend Matt is tuning in. I bet you he is only going to do just a little bit of class, but I'm glad that you're here. Hi. Yes, so use anything as a stand-in for weights. No big deal. And the playlist is on Power Life Spotify. It's Power Sculpt with Annika P 424, something like that. So we will get started here shortly. It is just noon now, so no need to rush. Hey, Parker. Yeah, so Parker said hi to Matt. He didn't even say hi to me. Rude. So excited that you all are here. Super excited to eventually be together, but this is super, super fun. And I haven't gone live in a while, so you'll have to excuse all my notes up there. I haven't taught Sculpt in a while either, so if I say something wrong or mess up my words, it's just like really being here at the studio with me. If you guys come to my class regularly, you know that happens. So get ready on your mat. We will get started here super, super soon, maybe like 30 more seconds. Cue up the playlist if you're going to. I'm going to play it super quietly on my phone. And get ready to have some fun. We have some fun cardio moves built in here. So really, if you are a fan of like moving to the beat, the playlist will help hold you accountable there. That is my favorite. So if you have not already, cue up the playlist like I have not already. My bad. And make your way to your mat. You can just find child's pose really quickly. Just begin to come into the space that you have on your mat, the four corners there. No need to change your breath. Just begin to settle in. If you haven't yet already, press play on your playlist. Child's pose just for a few breaths. Bring your big toes together to touch behind you. Allow your knees to fall open wide, and then just let your chest drape heavy over your thighs. You can rest your forehead on the mat, or if that's too much, you can also stack your forearms or your hands one on top of the other. And as you sit here, before we begin to move and to breathe together, flip your palms up to face the sky. Set an intention for today's practice. Something that got me thinking was something I read online actually yesterday. And it was a journal prompt that said, if I asked you to write down every single thought that you had yet today, could you do it? My answer was, Absolutely not. And then I did some research into the power of our thoughts. I had no idea that on average we think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts every single day. So that's like 2,500 to 3,000 thoughts just in an hour. That's a lot. And so the point of coming to our mats is to slow down and to focus on one thing at one time. I know there's a lot of noise out there in the world, always, but especially now. But know that for the next 45-ish moments, the only thing that you need to think about is right here on your mat. Take a big breath in together. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Release your palms down to face the earth. Inhale, press up, tabletop pose. Couple rounds of cat and cow. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. Breathe out. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down toward the mat. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your gaze up toward the top, maybe the ceiling or the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, cat pose. Round between your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin in toward your chest. Send your eyes back toward your thighs. Breathe out. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Look up. Exhale, cat pose. Round and curl. One more round. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, neutral spine, tabletop pose. Listen here. Find lifted table. Flip your toes under and then hover your knees off of the mat. I realize that I'm wearing black pants and I'm on a black mat. So let's see if you can see this. Yes. See that your knees are an inch, maybe 2 inches off of the earth. Keep your shoulders stacked on top of your wrists and begin to fire in through your core. This is a nice little core warm up. Will help build some heat. Breathe out. Inhale, step back, high plank. Few breaths here. Just straighten your legs. Your shoulders do not move. Now you create one line of energy from the crown of your head out the balls of your feet. Take a full breath in, stay. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips high. You can begin to pedal through your heels or sway through your hips. Begin to wake up the back sides of your legs. And then once you're ready, we won't be here for long. We're going to add on some movement. Settle into a still downward facing dog. Spread wide through all 10 fingertips. Release your shoulders toward your tailbone, so away from your ears, kind of up your back toward the ceiling. Take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Hug muscle to bone in your thighs. Exhale, lifted table pose. You've been here before. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. We link breath to movement. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, hover your knees. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, hover. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay with me. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lifted table pose. Stay here. Find toe taps side to side. Slowly tap your toes out to the edges of your mat. And guess what? You can take up even more space than you can in the studios because I betcha you have it at home. So step all the way off of your mats. I like my shoulders here just slightly behind my wrists. Works better in my body because of how long my quads are in comparison to my torso. But you'll find what works for you. I want you to find the point where your core begins to do a lot of the work rather than just your hip flexors or the fronts of your legs. Last 5. Last 3, 2. Lifted table, exhale. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here's a change. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel forward, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause here and breathe. Press your hands actively into your shins or your thighs. Find the point where you can squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Breathe in. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Pause and breathe. Return to your intention. Rein in your thoughts once again. I know when I've been practicing at home, my cat has been like running all around or laying on my feet. So she's a distraction. She gets in the way of my thoughts. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, hinge over, slightly bent knees. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, high plank. Lower down your knees, find lifted table again. This time, take your feet out to the edges of your mat. Find knee taps. Cross opposite hand to opposite knee or thigh. Once again, it will depend on how long your arms are. My thighs are a little bit more accessible than my knees. I'll give you a front view here as well. I like to take the wide stance so that the swing comes out of my hips. It's similar to if you ever have done shoulder taps in high plank. We always tell you at Power Life to take the swing out of your hips. I want the same thing here. I hope you guys are starting to feel your core. I know it only takes a few for me to really fire in here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lifted table. Inhale, press back, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, look forward. Exhale, travel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, stay for a breath in. You guessed it, lower down, lifted table. This time, first cardio burst, lifted table jacks. Out and in, out, in, out, in. If it feels better to take this from a high plank and go for a plank jack, you can totally do that. Once again, I like this. I feel my core a little bit more when I'm in lifted table, but everybody's going to be a little different. Take up space here. Get your heart rate up. I promise we'll bring it back down. Last 4. Lifted table in 2 and 1. Exhale. Inhale, step back, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. I hope y'all are feeling a little bit warm. You can pedal through your heels. Once again, if you all were here with me at the studio, I would ask for a woo right now, so maybe give me one. Take a full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Pause here and breathe. Hug up through your core. Find cat back in your upper back. So feel your shoulder blades spread apart. Exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog, lift back up. Exhale, low lunge. Step through, land light. Inhale, warrior 2, breathe. Sink low into your right leg, firm up through your back leg. See that your left foot is now parallel to the back edge of your mat. And I have a little bit of a surprise for everyone. We're gonna make a circle today. So stay with me. Take an inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, then tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Pause here and breathe. Press your right elbow into your right inner thigh, your inner thigh back into your elbow. Notice how that lights up your right side body. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. Reach up, get tall. Exhale, low lunge to the back of your mat. Notice that I'm now facing the back of my mat. Inhale, step together, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Breathe. You all know what it looks like to sit in a chair. So imagine there's a chair beneath your seat here. I like my feet about hip width distance. You can also take big toes together to touch, but I want you to squeeze your inner thighs toward one another, almost kind of like rotate them inward. That will help light up your core. Breathe in, stay here. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Right leg stays forward, step your left leg back. We are still on your right leg. Breathe. If you ever get a little fudged up, that's okay. No big deal. You'll eventually even yourself out. In crescent airplane arms, hover your torso about 45 degrees over your front thigh, but peel your belly off of your chest. Exhale. Inhale, step back up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, mid-plank, elbows graze your side bodies. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. We will add on some movement to your right leg. So stay on your right leg. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Find a little pulse. Tiny pulse. Use the strength of your core here to lift your knee rather than just your quad. I know that your quad is really strong, but guess what? So is your core. So tap into it here. We have a lot of sneaky core work today in class because I did want to honor all of your time. I don't want to go too far over 45 minutes. So we got to get our core work in creative ways. Last 3. Hold and pulse for 2. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge cardio here. Mario jumps. Inhale, lower. Exhale, explode. You can always just step these out and then drive your left knee up as you reach your right arm toward the sky, or you can explode off of your right leg. Whew, I'm already out of breath. I know that other teachers have said this week, but when we're really back in the heat, man, I'm going to be cashed out. I don't know about you guys. I have not really been using my space heater at home for this. Mario jumps. Keep it going. You're not here for long. Last 7. Land with your right leg forward in 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, low lunge. I'm going to be facing the back. Inhale, warrior 2. I will turn around to face you. Stay in your warrior 2. Your right leg is forward. Bring your back hand to the back of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift, lower, lift, lower. Feel this twist. Come from your side bodies. I want both sides active and engaged here. We don't have weight, so you can get really dramatic with it. I did used to teach warrior work, and I have been told that I'm a drama queen. So this is super fun. Stay with it. 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Lift your bottom arm. Pulse, pulse. Oh, your side body is on fire. I know. Stay with it. Pulse, pulse. You can always keep your right elbow on your thigh, but I want you to feel that side of your body really start to light up. Pulse, pulse. 4, 3, 2. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. Here comes my favorite parts. We have 2 jacks, 2 crossbody punches, 2 jacks. Punch, punch. Get your heart rate up, but most importantly, have fun here. Jack, punch. Never stop moving. Your cardio and your core are both sneaky today. This is supposed to be fun, but it will elevate your heart rate. Total body movement right here. Jack for 2, cross for 2, up, up, cross, cross. Keep it going. You're almost there. Last 5, 4, star pose in 2, and 1. Breathe in, reach up tall. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale, step together, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, squat jumps. Explode off of the floor. You can take a wide stance. Sometimes that helps me get like really deep in my squat so that I can explode. Or if you want to go for speed, take your feet a little closer together. Land on the balls of your feet. They're like little shock absorbers. Knees stay bent the entire time. Keep your heart rate up. You got it. Almost there. Last 5. Quick cardio burst. Last 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, chair pose. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Step your left leg back. Right leg is still forward. Reach your arms forward. Hamstring kick. I like to drive my hands in toward my chest. Kind of offers a little bit of a counter for my balance. You can also keep your hands at heart center, but elevate your heart rate. You are almost there. After this, we got to slow it down. We got to go through once slow with the weights on your right. Before we introduce your left leg, woo, you got it. Left heel in toward your glute. I want your glute to be on fire. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Remember, you have choices, knees, toes, skip. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now see that your weights are at the top of your mat. We will go through one time slow with your weights on the right before we add on some weighted movements. Exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose one time. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, low lunge, grab your weights. Inhale, pull, press open, warrior two. Pause here. The weights will sink you a little lower in your lunge. Face your palms toward the front of your space. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, then tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12. Inhale, star pose. Pull, press straight up overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Pull, pivot, plant your weights at the back of your mat. No weights. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grab your weights. Inhale, chair pose. Use them to sink low. Weights at heart center. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Step your left leg back first. Then pull, press your weights up above your hips. Squeeze your elbows in. Exhale. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold, no weights. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, take it back. All right, folks, we're ready to sculpt. On your right leg, we will add on some movements. Downward facing dog, take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg high, please. Exhale, low lunge. You can drop down to your back knee. I challenge you to stay up. One arm, narrow row. Maybe both weights come into your left hand. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. You will notice I like to rest my right elbow on my thigh, but my legs are still doing a lot of work. I have both weights in my left hand. My elbow is light. Might look like it's on vacation, but there's still work to be done in my legs and my core. Like I said, you can drop down to your back knee, especially if you have some tension in your lower back. Take that away. Just focus on your upper body. Glide your left elbow along your rib cage. Lift your elbow up toward the ceiling. Find a little pause at the top. That pause is where the magic happens. But that pause is sometimes also where your brain starts to race. Especially when you're working out at home alone, it can be really hard to stay focused. Remember your intention for being here. Why did you show up on your mat today? What are you focusing on today? Not those 60,000 thoughts that are yet to come. It's right here, right now. Last 4. Hold it up to pulse in 2 and 1. Hold and pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze and release. Keep your elbow lifted. Keep it glued in tight to your side body. You got it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, low lunge. Redistribute your weights. Inhale, warrior 2. Open up. Bicep curl with a lunge. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. Everything lowers and lifts as one unit. You will notice that my shoulders stay stacked on top of my tailbone the entire time. If you notice yourself hinging forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit tighter on your back. Sit up tall and proud. Keep your elbows squeezed in tight at your side bodies and maintain at least a little bit of a bend in your elbows even as you lower down in front of you. Lower, squeeze. Now take your awareness to your legs. If the lunge doesn't serve you, just hold it down. Eventually, we will all be down in the lunge anyways. Squeeze your glutes together at the top as you straighten your right leg. I hope your right leg is starting to bark at you just a little bit. We did a lot of unweighted work on the right leg already, so that was my intention. Last 3. Hold it down in your legs in 2 and 1. Half bicep curl. Lower, lift halfway. Lower, lift. Down, halfway up. Down, up. Lower, lift. I challenge you to rise up onto your tiptoes on your front foot. Lower, lift. If you're there, find a pulse, lower, squeeze, squeeze, and release. Everything stays active. It is normal to shake just a little bit or maybe a lot bit here. That is okay. Sit up tall. You got this. You're almost done. 4, 3, 2, full range. Lift, lower. You're not here for much longer. Woo! This is my favorite thing to do, y'all. Return to the full range after you pulse. It's so hard, but pay attention to where your brain goes. Last 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, open up, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Redistribute both weights. If you want, you can drop your top one. Find a pulse, 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 pulse. This is just like what you did before, but now you have the added benefit or challenge of your weight in your bottom hand at least. I like my weight in my bottom hand because it offers some resistance as I try to lift up. That's where you really feel the magic start to happen in your right oblique. Eventually, it is going to be summer. It will be swimsuit season. You all will thank me for this, I promise. And trust me, I did this little bit of this workout earlier. I know it's a killer, so stay with it. Pay attention to your thoughts. Choose a positive one. 4, 3, 2, exhale, release. Inhale, star pose, pull, press up. Upright row with the squats. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Lower down, lift and squeeze. I like my heels in, toes out here, almost like a horse pose, if you know what a horse pose is. Helps me get really deep into my squats. Glide your weights down your body on the way down, and then up your body on the way up. Find a little pause once again, where all of that juicy magic happens. Work to lift your elbows up above your shoulders so that you target the meat of your upper back. Squeeze your entire back body, glutes, shoulder blades, everything back there as you lift up and straighten. Find a little pause. You got it. Control your breath. No need to take this fast. Sometimes the slow is the harder version. Oh man, someone just walked by the studio with food. I am hungry, y'all. You got it. Last 3. Hold it down to pulse in 2 and 1. Pulse your arms only. Pulse, pulse. Squeeze and release your shoulder blades. It is tiny. I know that you could barely see my elbows moving in the video. If I were there at home with you, I wouldn't really want to be able to see much movement either. It's just a tiny squeeze of this meaty part of your back up here. Your Michael Phelps muscles. The Olympics were supposed to happen this year, so maybe if we train really hard, I don't know if we could all get there next year, but 3, 2, back to full range. Lower, lift. You're not here for long. Stay with it. Control your breath. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on your way up. Last 3, 2, last 1. Inhale, pull, press up, star pose. Exhale, pull, pivot, plant. Low lunge, back up, front of your mat rather. Now we're facing the front. No weights. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Grab your weights. I'm going to face you for this. Inhale, chair pose. Start with a toe tap, side to side. Alternate, side to side. Your leg might straighten as you tap it out, but your firm foundation stays bent. Stay low in your chair pose. Squeeze your inner thighs as both feet come to pause in the middle. Once again, there's that pause there. There's also a little pause out to the side as it's kind of a balance test for your opposite leg. Press your weights in at your heart center. Flare your elbows out wide so that it helps you keep your balance. Can you sink 1 inch lower? I bet the answer is yes. Choose to tell yourself you can, even in these moments where it's really hard. Last 3, last 2, last 1, chair pose with a thruster. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Lower down, elbows toward knees. Exhale, lift up. This is sneaky cardio right here, even if you don't take it fast. Get your entire body involved in the movement, so naturally your heart rate is going to elevate. Inhale on your way down, exhale, lift, pause as the weights tap up overhead. Woo, you got it. And did anyone forget that we have crescent with airplane arms after this? Because I almost did. Last 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, chair pose, return. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Right leg is forward, left leg is back. Tricep kickbacks. Inhale, bend your elbows to 90. Exhale, lift up, squeeze. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. You got it. You are almost done with your right leg. Woo! Yes. Right leg should be shaken right now. This is a long flow. And guess what? You are blessed with 2 sides of your body. We get to do all of that on the left. Keep your elbows squeezed in tight at your sides. They never move. They're like glued to your rib cage. Only your forearm bends and then extends up. Last 3, 2, hold it up, pulse. You're not here for long. It's so easy to burn out your triceps. 6, stay with it. 3, 2, full range. Once again, not long here. 4, 3, 2, exhale. Inhale, back to chair, don't miss it. Exhale, forward, fold, holy cats and dogs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Take it or leave it. Woo! I am dripping sweat, y'all. It's not even hot in here. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Second side, best side. Take a great big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift your left leg high, please. Exhale, low, knee to nose, rather. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, now low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. You get a lovely back view of my warrior 2. Sink low in your left leg. If your heart rate's beating strong, now's your chance to bring it down. Control your breath here. Sink low into your left lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. That will help light up your legs and your core. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Tick-tock forward. Take the weight out of your left leg. Bring it into your left side body. It's still there to help do some work, even though it's a little tired. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. Parallel your feet. Exhale, low lunge, back of your mat. Inhale, step your feet together, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. You've been here, so we won't hold. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Step your right leg back. Breathe. Hover your torso over your front thigh. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back and lift your palms away from your hips. Exhale. Inhale, back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, take it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift your left leg high once again. Exhale, knee to chest. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You will not get out of any of the work on this side. Got a lot of single leg work to get in. Remember, we'll spike your heart rate, then we'll slow it down. We'll spike it, then we'll slow it down. Last 3. 3-legged dog in 2. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, low lunge. Step through. You got Mario's. Inhale, lower. Exhale, explode. Remember, right knee up, so left arm up toward the sky. I was never allowed to play video games as a child, Mom. But I still know what Mario jumps look like. So imagine he's jumping from one of those little mushroom things. I know my buddy Rachel can get like mad height. She should be a basketball player, but she's a ballerina. Last 6 seconds right here. You got it. Last 3, 2, And 1. Exhale, low lunge, left leg is forward. Inhale, warrior 2, open up, back hand behind your head. Inhale here. Exhale, oblique twist. Lift, lower, lift, lower. It's quick. Spike your heart rate, bring it down. Spike it, bring it down. Remember, twist through both side bodies here. Get dramatic before you have your weights. Once you have weights, we will slow it down, be a little bit more controlled. But that's the beauty of body weight cardio like this. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, bottom arm forward. Find your pulse. Pulse, pulse. Lower and lift. Stay low in your left leg. This is about the point of class where my legs start to revolt. So send a positive thought toward your tired legs, toward your tired lungs, toward your heart that's beating so strong. Know that we can control where our thoughts go. We can choose to focus on negative things or things that are really challenging, or we can make the decision to focus on something else. Even now, pulse for 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. Inhale, star pose. You know what's coming. Jack, jack, punch, punch. Just choose whichever arm to punch with that you did not use on the other side. If you were a go-getter on the other side and you use both, then alternate here too. Keep your heart rate up. Take up space with your jacks. Can you clap your hands over your head even? I want to see that engagement and have fun with it. Take up space here. I know your heart rate's beating fast. You are almost there. Last 7. Cross, cross. Last 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, star, get tall. Exhale, low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale, step together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, crescent airplane arm, step your, right leg back. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Now it's time for your weights. Get ready. Downward facing dog. One more leg to go. Exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Both weights this time in your right hand. You can rest your left arm on your thigh. Inhale, lower. Exhale, narrow row up. Glide your elbow along your side body. And just because only one arm is working does not mean the other side of your body's on vacation. Remember, pull up and in through your belly, even if you have your arm resting on your thigh. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. That will help take some of the pressure off of just your quads, which are probably getting a little tired. Inhale on your way down. Exhale, lift and glide on your way up. Lower, lift with control. 4, 3, hold it up to pulse in 2, pulse, pulse, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and release. It's that tiny movement that you did on the other side. A little bit of muscle memory here. Pulse for 3, 2, full range, lower, lift, down, up. You got it. You are not here for long. The second set of full range is a little bit shorter. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, low lunge. Redistribute your weights. Inhale, warrior 2. Once again, you're at my back. This time, hammer curl with a lunge. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Everything lowers, everything lifts. For a hammer curl, keep your elbows squeezed in tight at your side bodies. Heads of your weights or whatever it is that you're using, point down and up. Just like your bicep curl. Keep everything squeezed in and maintain at least a slight bend in your elbow, even as you lower down. That helps your biceps stay active the entire time. It is easy to cheat and bicep curls. But know that if you straighten it, that just hyperextends. It stops working your bicep. It was beautiful and sunny here in Des Moines yesterday. The sun will come out again. So sun's out, guns out. Let me see them. Hammer curl. Last 3, 2, hold it down. Halfway down, all the way up this time. Lower, lift, lower, lift up. Stop the weights before they hit your shoulder points. Lower and lift. If you rose up onto your front tiptoes on the other side, do so here. Even out the 2 sides of your body, especially with this single leg work. And I know you got out of the hamstring curls. So if we have time, we will do them at the very end. If we don't, you guys can do them on your own. It would be kicking your right heel in toward your glute on this side. It's really hard to teach to know people. You realize how much you rely on other people's bodies. Last 3, 2, full range. Lower, lift, lower, lift. You are not here for long. You are so strong. Stay with it. Control your breath. Last 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open up, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Ditch your top weight if you did so on the other side. Find your oblique pulse. Standing core work here. We definitely will not have time to get to the on your back core work that I had planned because we were already at 41 minutes. So I apologize. We are going to go just a wee bit over, but I promise it is all worth it. Stay with it. Pulse, pulse. Sink a little lower in your front lunge because you can. Yes, you can. 3, 2, 1. If you dropped your top weight, grab it now. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. Pull, press up. Low row with your squats. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and row. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You already know what to do with your legs here, so you don't need me to tell you, just like your horse pose. For your low row, glide your elbows down your torso, and then as you lift up, squeeze your elbows back together behind you. Rotate your palms up to face the sky. As you lower down, check in. Are your shoulders still on top of your tailbone? Tendency is to hinge forward, but that puts a lot of strain on your body, strain that we don't need. Now pay attention to your thoughts here. Where have they gone? Have they already left the building? Chances are good you've had a couple moments if that moment is not right now, so return here. Paying attention to your thoughts can be really, really hard. It requires the utmost presence. And sometimes that's easy to do when life is throwing a bunch of stuff your way. For other people, it's really, really hard. For me, it's really, really hard. Last 3. Hold it down to pulse in 2. And 1. Hold it down. Pulse your arms. Pulse. If you can, rise up onto your tiptoes on your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. The higher you rise, the more inner thigh benefit that you get. You might also wobble just a little bit more. You might even fall. If you fall, you're human. If you get back up, you're a yogi. My best pal, Kirk, told me that in class yesterday. It was so great. I needed to hear it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. 3, 2, full range. Lower, lift, down, up. Oh, you're almost there. You're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, star. Exhale, low lunge. Pull pivot toward the front of your mat. No weights. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Grab your weights. You're almost there. Inhale, chair pose. This time, keep your right toes out. Hold and pulse, pulse, pulse. No upper body right now. All lower body. Squeeze your weights rather in at your heart center to flare your elbows out wide. This will also help you keep your balance. Lift it up. Pulse, pulse. Stay low in your left leg. I know it's burning. I know it's burning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it. Lift your left leg. Pulse, pulse, pulse. These are a killer, especially after you have done so much weighted work on your legs. Know that you are almost there. We just got one more thing to go on this leg, then we are home free. You're almost there. Lift it a little higher. Squeeze your side body once again. So much oblique work here. It's working in tandem with the outside of your left leg. 4, 3, 2. Set it down. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, crescent airplane arms. Step your right leg back. Tricep kickbacks once again. Inhale, bend, extend, bend, extend. You got it. I know we missed the hamstring curls on the other side, so we will not cheat your left leg out of this last little blast of hard work. After this, you are done. You have almost made it. Squeeze your elbows in. Lift your palms up above your hip points. I like to gaze out in front of my foot. Keep your spine nice and long. Last 3. Hold the pulse in 2. Hold it up. Find your pulse. Pulse. Woo! You are almost there. Stay with it. 4, 3, 2. Full range. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. Almost there. Give me 5 more. Yes, you got it. You got it. Last 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale back to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your last chaturanga. Take it or leave it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a great big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hinge forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Set up for low cobra pose. We strengthen the front side of your body. Got to strengthen the back. Exhale. Inhale, low cobra, breathe. Press the shoelace side of your foot firmly into the earth. Lift your chest off of the mat and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, 1 inch higher. Exhale, release. Simply flip over onto your back. Does not matter one little bit where you're facing. Once you find your back, set up supine figure 4 across your right ankle over your left thigh. Your left foot can stay on the mat. You could also lift it off, gently traction your knee back toward your face. Pay attention to if you need to lift your shoulders off of the mat to find that. If so, maybe you've gone just a little bit too far. You can always back off. Whew. Control the flow of your thoughts. Know that it is normal for worries and cares to start to trickle in at this point of class as we begin to slow down. You can acknowledge those thoughts. No need to just rush them away. You can acknowledge them and then lovingly tell them, you know what, pals, I'm going to see you in just a little bit. My yoga practice isn't quite done. Breathe in. Exhale, release, supine figure 4, other side, left ankle to your right thigh. Pay attention to this side of your body. Maybe it needs to look a little or a lot different. Feel a nice stretch in your outer left hip and even into your left glutes. You can begin to shut down your eyes. Once again, I ask you, if I had asked you to write down every single thought that you had had since you woke up this morning, A, could you do it? And B, do you know what a lot of those thoughts are rooted in? For me, lately, it's been in worry or in stress or in kind of like anxious energy. It's so weird not being together in the studio. And so at some points of my day, I find myself dwelling on that. But then I have to remind myself that this is just temporary. I can choose a different thought. I can choose a positive thought. Breathe in. Breathe out. Guide your knees in toward your chest. Take a full breath in. Exhale, supine twist toward the left side of your space. Tuck your left hip underneath your right. Plug your right shoulder back onto the earth. Supine twist will be our last stop together before Savasana, but if there's anything else you would like to take, you're welcome to take it. Exhale. Inhale, pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Exhale, supine twist, other side. Breathe. If your eyes are not yet closed, there's absolutely nothing more you need to see and very, very little left to do. Sometimes shutting down your eyes helps you turn off that part of your brain that tends to wander, that tends to get bogged down by the thoughts. Exhale. Inhale, pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big squeeze. Lift your forehead up to meet your knees and take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Savasana. Take up space with your arms and with your legs, palms face up to receive the benefits of your practice and the benefits of everyone else throughout the country, throughout the state, even the world who are practicing here with you today. Trust that I will guide you out in just a couple moments. You're almost there. Slowly take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Remain aware of your breath and allow it to make its way into your fingers, your toes, your arms, and your legs. On an inhale, guide your arms overhead, full body stretch. Exhale, simply bring your hands to your heart center. Feel your heartbeat beneath your palms. Thank you all for being here this afternoon, for sweating. Yes, I sweat a lot right alongside you and everyone else who made it here today. I challenge you in moments when it can be really, really tricky to focus on a positive thought. I say this in a lot of my classes, but I firmly believe there's something good to be found in every single day. But it's on us to find it. The world isn't always just going to hand it to us. So as you prepare to get off of your mats today, I challenge you to think of something that you are really, really proud of that you did here on your mat today. Take it with you, carry it with you through the rest of your day, your weekend, next week, and then come back here whenever you're able. On an inhale, guide your thumbs up to third eye center, the space between your eyebrows. The teacher, student, and light within me is so honored and inspired to be here right alongside the teacher, student, and light within each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. If you want to hang out and chat for a little bit longer, I will definitely remain here. You guys can laugh at how sweaty my bangs are. This is why I never teach with my bangs down. Thank you all for coming. It was so fun to have every single one of you. If you weren't able to comment earlier, let me know that you were here or shoot me a text. Thanks. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you want to get those extra butt kicks in, it would be your right heel in toward your glute. Remember, we did forget those. It's really hard to teach without a body. Thanks, Parker. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to see everybody so soon. I'm gonna press pause on my music here because I don't know what it's playing. Ooh, and I dropped my phone. Sorry, Mom, I dropped my phone. Cannot wait to see everybody back in the studio super, super soon. Thanks, Dow. Have a wonderful weekend. Didn't go too far over, only like 50 minutes. Thanks, Byron. You're a rock star. Thanks for being here. All right, everybody. I will see you soon. Catch other Power Life Live classes on our channel. If you don't follow us on social media, that's the best way to figure out what's coming up. So you can tune in that way. Other than that, I will catch you all really, really soon in the studios.